Right, I figured out a way how to cover these cushions for my auto sleeper flare in a very easy manner. Right, this video is going to be about covering one of these cushions up for my camper van, and I needed to find a way that was quick, easy, because I'm not very good on the sewing machine. But first of all, I had to buy the fabric, so I went to the market, saw this. Oh, that's so me. But it's a lovely velvet, and best of all, it stretches. See, there's a lot of give in that one, and it's handy for when you're doing the corners because it's much more neater when you can stretch over it. And it was only £3 a metre, and I think for my whole camper van I probably used about 6 meters of this material to cover 8 cushions, so which is not bad. Now with this seat, I needed to retain the features at the back because they're quite significant for my van. You've got the Velcro strip here, and you've got a pocket there which secures the whole cushion to the wooden structure, so there's no movement when I'm on my little journey. So I needed to keep that there. So my covering's only going to come to the edges, and they come off, and you can wash them and put them back on again, or change them completely. So let's start. Okay, this is where we cut the material for redoing one of these. Okay, so first of all, the pattern's got to be facing outwards. So you've got blank canvas facing towards you, and you get your cushion, and this is where your tape measure comes in handy. So you're going to have to measure one side of the cushion. So I'm going to work in inches, so that's 21 inches from there to there. Okay, so 21 inches. You need a pen and paper. 21 inches is the length. Yeah, note it down, note it down. Then you get the measurement for the depth or the width, not the width, the depth of this. And in my case, my cushion's about 3.5 inches there. I'm going to call it 4 inches just to be on the safe side. Yeah, so about 4 inches, because there's bound to be places that are a bit narrower than the others. Let's call it 4.5. Okay, 4.5. So note that down. Oh, I'm going to call it 5 inches. Right. You now need to do a bit of maths. Is 21 plus 5, and then you just double that. That's another 5 inches. You'll see why in a minute. So 21 plus 5 plus another 5. Add your amount of seam excess that you're going to do, and I always add about 1 inch on either side, so that's 2 inches. So add another 2 inches to that. Is this getting a bit too complex? No, it's easy. Alright, so add it all. 21 plus 5 plus 5 is 31, plus another 2, 33 inches. So I want to cut my material 33 inches wide, and that way as well. Okay, so did you get that? Let me explain, because when I first saw this I thought, what the hell? But you're having to measure from here to here, and then measure from here to how far you want the fabric to come. So I want it to be about here to down here. So in my case it was 5 inches, and you wanted to double the 5 inches. Okay, and then add another inch on either side for the hemming, so it comes up to 33 inches. Right, to take the cushion off, and let's cut 33 inches. Okay, so let's measure it. 33 inches, is about that much. So it's all rough, it doesn't have to be exact. And 33 inches as well, so I'm going to get cutting. I just thought I'd add, with my table, I just measured 33 inches from that corner to that corner, place the material. And quite happily, the width of my table's 33 inches. So just happy to cut this little panel out. Easy. So I've got my piece of material. It's 33 inches that way, 33 inches that way. And now this is where your measurements for the depth, in my case 5 inches, comes in handy. Because you might be doing a whole set of them, it might be an idea to make a template. And this is 5 inches that way, 5 inches that way. So a perfect square. So handy to make one of these. Now you put this square on the corners of your material and cut. So 5, 5. Now you can be more precise, and I'm sure there's people there who'll do a much better job at being a bit neater than I am. But my main concern is just getting the job done. So cut that one. So that's one corner done. Then we do this corner. Okay. 5 inches. And there to there. Cut that one out. So we do all 4 corners this way. There. You get the idea. I'll do the other 2. So by the time you've cut the corners, it should be looking a bit like this. Okay, so you get a rough idea. Now you can fold the material and cut all of them at the same time, but I thought if I did that for you, you might find it a bit confusing, so I've just gone for the simple route to show you. So you got your piece of material cut in this shape. Now what you need to do is to fold the 2 open ends together and then stitch all the way to the top. And so we've cut our square little bits from the material, so we're going to stitch them. So put your material together. So you've got your cut bits. Ta-da! Fold it together. So you're going to stitch them together. Use some pins to hold the fabric in place so they don't move around while you moving. Because this material is velvety, it does move a little bit like it has now. So we want to make sure that corner is good. So we want to make sure that corner is a good one. So we just pin it. Okay, you can stop. And the 2 flappy bits together. So now I'm going to stitch on the corner using my trusty old Singer machine. And I'm going to stitch and just stitch straight down. No curves, no nothing. Obviously I'm going to get curves in mine because I'm not a perfectionist. And then go down. And then we'll do it again because these corners are going to take a lot of forces in every imaginable directions. There's going to be a lot of stretching going on when people sit on it. And then let's do it again. Make sure that at the top, there's got a lot of thread getting stuck in there. At the top end, this is where it's going to fit on top of the cushion with the corner. That needs to be really reinforced. Now, there's going to be plenty of people out there that are much better with the sewing machine, much better with sewing, but this method has worked very well for me because it's easy. very easy, and it does the job. And I can take these cushion covers off, give them a wash, no problem. So I did look at getting reupholstery material, £800 for 10 metres. This 10 metres, 30 quid. Right, I've got 2 rows there. I'm going to turn it over and stitch it on that side. So there's 3 rows of stitching. 3 being my lucky number. So it doesn't wear and tear. Let's get the thread in there. I've actually begun to enjoy sewing. I've never sewed so much in my life. There we go. There we go, done. So trim off the threads and do all the other corners. I'll see you in a minute. So now that I've stitched all the corners together, I'm just going to hem all the way around. Just folding it over just all the way around, just to make it a bit neater. Not that anybody's going to look. So here is the cover that I stitched up, and now we're going to put it onto the cushions. So it's on the cushion now, and if I flip it over, I love the colours on this. Whoopsie daisy. I flip it over, and I've attached an elastic across there just to keep the whole cushion cover if you find it a bit flappy. I still expose the Velcro for it to stick on the fur farming. And I like this because I can change the look of my flare according to the season. So we're in the spring look.